Well, good morning, YouTube. Welcome to Sunday morning here in Montana. Got the garage door open on the Vette. We're gonna get ready to bring that out because I mentioned in the last video that I uploaded that obviously we bought the Buick, which is over there. We had some stuff moved around. We had to get a new washer and dryer and stuff this weekend. And then I went up and got the boat, brought it home yesterday. Pressure washed that all off this morning. But in the last video I mentioned that we were probably not going to get a new Corvette because of, you know, buying the new car. We do have money saved up, and you know, and some of the insurance money still. So I happened to stop by a farm field the other day, locally here, and in the corner of this guy's farm is a somewhat rare car. I left my name and phone number on a note. He called me back, and we're gonna go take a look at it today and hopefully get it bought, as long as it's not too trashed. Supposedly low miles, supposed to have been parked for about 2 years, so I don't know if he's gonna let me film there, but if we get the car bought and sold, then I'll film it when we bring it back. But fingers crossed. Here we go. All right, so to pick up where we left off earlier today, as you can see, garage is empty. The red Corvette is hiding under a car cover back here, trying to block it in with everything else. So obviously that would mean that we bought the Corvette I went and looked at today. So it's a 96 Polo Green with the lt4 and a 6-speed manual transmission. It is rough. It's pretty rough. I think it's going to need a full interior, and tires are about 10 years old, so they'll need swapped out. Good news is it's an lt4 car, 4-speed. Hasn't ran in at least 2 years that he's thinking. He's the second owner of it that I bought it from. But why? And he just quit driving it. But I don't understand why you'd leave a car like that just sitting in a farm field. So the interior is pretty mice infested. Lots of poop and it stinks, so that's why we're changing out the interior. Plus they ate a bunch of it. I checked the oil while I was there. It had oil in it. It wasn't milkshaky, it wasn't dirty. And also engine coolant, the coolant reservoir was still full and not drained out. The coolant looked kind of dirty, but it was still there. It was in the car, so obviously hasn't blown any freeze plugs or anything like that, so that's a good sign. He did say he put stable in it when he parked it, but we still might have to drain that fuel tank before we even try and start it, because he thinks it's full. But he put a new fuel pump in it right before he parked it, and it did rear wheel bearings also. So when it gets here, I'll show you guys the car and we'll do a walk around of the before condition, and then I'm going to get started cleaning right away. That thing's going to have to air out for at least 4 or 5 days before it even goes in my shop, because it stinks so bad. We will be pressure washing it, cleaning it up, getting some of the mold and mildew off, and then I might have to set up some mouse traps in it just to see in case any of them little bastards are still running around in it. So stay tuned. We'll get back to you when it shows up. All right, guys, here comes the Corvette. The rat Vette, farm Vette, whatever you want to call it. It's here. I'll take you all for a walk around in a minute. All right, guys, so the rat Vette showed up, or farm Vette, or whatever you want to call it, but here it is. 96 lt4 with a 6-speed that is just absolutely trashed. I mean, we've got fiberglass damage and paint damage all over. I don't even want to show you the interior. It's bad, but I'm going to. So look at that. Yeah. Already making me gag. Ooh. This thing is rough, but we got it cheap. And I noticed when it was coming off the trailer, off the tow truck, it looks like it has Flowmasters on it. But the reason why we bought it lt4. See that? So this is the same motor and tranny that's in the Grand Sport. It just doesn't have the suspension upgrades that the Grand Sport does. But there's a lot of components we need to go through and check. We need to make sure the headlights work. It hasn't ran in several years, so we got to double check all that. The one thing I did look at when we went to pre-purchase is, so there is no condensation there. They're dirty, but it's clean. And then it does have oil in it. It's fairly clean. And then we'll pop this out. Cooling system still has fluid in it, so it has not blown a freeze plug or nothing. So first things first, I'm gonna pop everything open and let this thing air out for a little bit, and then try and start vacuuming. I'm probably gonna gag while I do it, just so you guys don't get to watch. But tires are 10 years old, so they'll need replaced. It is 275s all the way around, 275 squared, which I think was a rare option on the car. I'm gonna have to take a picture of the VIN and the RPO codes and go through everything one by one to see what it is. So we'll talk to you later. All right, so I'm gloved up. I've ordered some masks. So these tires are 10 years old, and look, we've got the shop vac out. I'm not going to do the interior till I get some masks. I'm going to try and suck up some of this crap off the engine bay. It definitely needs a battery right away. This battery is from 2010, and I can't open the hatch until I get a battery in it. I can't check the mileage till I get a battery in it, but I do want to take a picture of the RPO codes and the VIN today and try and get that ran and see exactly what options it has. It's somewhat of a rare car. I just don't know how rare. And then obviously we need a windshield. This one has a painted roof. It does not have the glass top, so that's fine. And again, like I said, we'll have to check and see if the headlight motors work, what needs repaired. Obviously the whole back of the car, the interior needs replaced. So looking online, it's about 200 bucks for it. So, or I can get a full interior kit for like 500, but we're going to try and clean this up as best we can. So we might pull the whole interior out and then pressure wash everything and put it back in. But first things first, I need to run the VIN, run the codes, see what the car actually is. For now, all I know is it's a 96 lt4 with a 6-speed. So other than that, it may have the Z51 suspension, which with it having 275 tires all the way around squared, I think was one of the options for the Z51. I am not positive, don't hold me to that, but we'll find out. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you later. And there's going to be a whole series on this car of getting it cleaned up and getting it, you know, in running condition. How many miles are on it? How much fuel's in it? Do we need to drain the fuel tank? You know, all that fun stuff. So thanks for watching. I'm going to get started cleaning, and we'll see you later. All right, so I've got it. The rat vet, mouse vet, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was bad. It was really, really bad. So I've got it vacuumed out enough to where I could get in there and at least take pictures of the RPO code so I can run all that, find out what I have, what I don't have. We vacuumed off the engine, got the floors vacuumed out, obviously. Now I know I'm gonna have to pull the interior completely out of this car, and I can't do anything with it until I get a battery in it, because I can't pop the hatch but I vacuumed out as much as I could. Back there, they've eaten all the insulation. You have no idea how bad this thing stinks, but I had to get into this pocket here. Ugh. Sorry, still gagging. Smells like mouse pee. Ugh. Anyways, that pocket was completely full of insulation, dead bodies, just grossness. So it's going to take a long time to get that smell out of that car. I've got to get that interior completely pulled out of this thing. Otherwise, I'm going to end up ordering a complete new interior, which I found is like $575 for a whole new interior. So right now I'm going to go in and take a shower and sanitize myself and leave the doors open for a couple hours. And I might have to go throw in some scent bombs or something in there just to make it to where I don't gag when I get in the car. First things first, I'd like to, at least get it cleaned up enough to where I can get in it and not feel like I'm going to die. And then get it running and see where we're at with everything. It will be a project. It is beat up enough that I don't care. I will drive the shit out of this car and not have to worry about it. I will try and buff and polish it as much as possible, but the paint is bad. I mean, we've got paint peel here, paint peel here, paint peel here. Definitely needs new tires. So, I mean, it's going to be a long process. It is a project car. I'm in it cheap enough that I don't care because it's worth about 4 times what I paid for it. So, and it is not a Grand Sport and it is not a collector's edition, but I scored because this is the original owner's manual and look what it says on it. Grand Sport Collector's Edition. The reason being is because this is an lt4 with a 6-speed, which is kind of a rare option. So, it's like one of 600, one of 700, one of 2,500. I don't know. I have to run the numbers, and that's what I plan on doing tonight after I take a shower. So we will go see what we can find, and we'll fill you in later. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. And like I said, we'll have a whole series on this car, so it's going to be a revival process. And drive. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.